Get your passport looked out because we're going back to America. Hi.
We're going to America.
America, you deserve it.
I think I finally understand the reason that I feel unhappy in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's because I went to America.
Life does get better than the UK.
There is something about America that many visitors never expect. They arrive curious, they explore, they experience it for themselves, and when they finally return home, many realize something has changed. This video follows real stories from people across Europe and around the world who traveled to America, some for a few weeks, others for several months, and came back with a completely different perspective. Something about the experience stayed with them. The places they saw, the people they met, the feeling of possibility they discovered along the way. And many began asking the same question: why does America leave such a lasting impression on so many visitors? But before they ever stepped onto American soil, the country already existed in their imagination. For some, it was a childhood dream. For others, it was a curiosity they couldn't ignore. A feeling that kept getting stronger until one day they finally decided, I need to see it for myself. Some waited years for that moment. Others only needed one unforgettable reason to make the journey.
I'm getting really emotional because Qantas is having their red tail discounted flights at the moment, and I said to Jake, this is our time to book our American flights, and we're literally booking them as we speak. And I'm just getting a little bit emotional because, like, I've literally always wanted to go to America since I was a little girl, and I get to do it with my husband. And then it's just like the anxiety of like planning where we're going, because we want to go literally everywhere in 4 weeks. And I'm stressed. We're going to be flying to Los Angeles and out of Los Angeles just to make it easier for ourselves. But I need to get Jake to press the click. Click it. Click it, click it.
Exciting.
Processing payment is taking a really long time.
Done.
We're going to America.
Get your passport looked out because we're going back to America. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Ian. I was recently part of the Scottish Tartan Army in Boston, and it really inspired me to come back to America and follow a lifelong dream of basically traveling a bit there for free. Again, no for free. You're going to need your passports because remember, you are coming with me. So I imagine you probably want to know when we depart. When I go away, I always do the same thing. I'll always film the day, edit it in the evening, and then put it out the next day. Sometimes you'll get comments and they're like, oh, Ian, you need to do this, or come here and do this. And I'm like, oh, that was yesterday. So this trip is going to be a bit more live. As a solo traveller, you do have to be cautious. I'm building up a playlist, so if you want to watch this journey from the very start, you can. Oh, yes, what's that I hear you say? When do we depart? Well, listen, if you look up spontaneous in the dictionary, there'll be a photo of me because that's the way I like to live my life. We are going soon. And when I say soon, I mean this month soon. Taking my small basic suitcase again, the one that's got the stickers on it. I'm going to cover it in states that I visit, which I'm so excited for. And yes, you probably have guessed that the start destination for this whole trip is going to be my beloved Boston. I have to start in Boston. So I hope this lands on the Boston FYP. It's going to be a Scottish solo single. Gay man coming back to visit you. And I'm bringing my kilt. I love to travel, and I love traveling solo because you can do this. You can be as free as you want. So mark your diary. The 19th of August, I am flying out of Scotland and flying back to Boston. I'm so cheesed because I'm like, I'm actually doing it. I'm doing it.
Thinking about this holiday, and I'm thinking, I really wish I was jetting back to the States. Like, I really wish I was going to Texas or Tennessee or a southern state or like Louisiana or Nashville or something, because Europe, I think it's had enough of me.
Can't even believe that I'm actually going to say this, but I actually miss the Americans so much. I miss the Americans. My Shayla, I need the Americans back. Guys, TikTok feels so dry. My For You page is so flipping boring. snooze fest, honestly. My For You page is so dry. Like, the app here feels so weird without the Americans. It feels so empty. You know, like an empty stadium concert. It just feels weird without the Americans. It's like, we need them back. And it's like, I didn't actually believe that it was going to get banned. I thought that they were just talking out their flipping junk mouths. I thought they were just talking trash. But no, they seriously banned it in America. And they can't even use the damn VPNs to get back on the app. We need the Americans back. Guys, does it not feel weird? Like, and you know what? I thought that we weren't going to be able to see the Americans' accounts no more. Their accounts are still up. Thank God, at least I didn't lose my followers. But still, it just feels weird. We need them back.
Name another country that will take you in, take you under their wing like America will. Let me explain to you what I mean. You could spend 5 years in Spain, living there, exploring the city, living in Spain. And I don't think the Spanish people would class you as Spanish, even after 5 years. I have been traveling around America maybe for a few months at best, and the American people have already accepted me as an American. They have taken me in, and that's because I am an honest, real, genuine human being, and they see that in me, and they see how much I respect and love their land, and they treat me as American. I don't know another country in the world that will take you in under their wing like America will. Seriously, I don't know any other country that will do that. If you're a genuine, kind-hearted, good human being, and you appreciate the land as much as the Americans do, they will take you in. Trust me. Trust me.
If you don't think America is the greatest place on the face of the earth, then you're actually delusional and have been living under a rock for the past week. So if you don't know, the US is hosting the World Cup this year, and so every country that is in the World Cup is visiting the United States, and a lot of them for the first time. Some of the best videos on the internet right now are foreign people trying American food or visiting American gas stations or Costco. Saw a French dude say he was going to start a revolution for Costco. Saw another dude talk about how Buc-ee's has 120 pumps because they're fueling the American Air Force. And then you see these other videos of Brits going back to Britain, and they're literally like, I don't want beans and toast anymore. I want a big fat juicy barbecue. I want a hamburger and ranch. And then you can't find ranch over there, which I didn't know. I didn't know that Europe didn't have ranch. I just thought that was a universal thing. But apparently America has the best ranch and the only ranch. I don't know. And then the Scottish playing the bagpipes down the freaking street to go watch the Red Sox play. It is an electric time to be an American sports fan right now. Now, yes, America lost to Germany, but we always end up winning the war against them.
So I'm a Brit living in America, and I just wanted to share some hope for those on their journey to moving to America. One day you're going to be eating Chick-fil-A in your bed, watching Netflix, watching Love is Blind. Life does get better than the UK, and can eat Chick-fil-A. It's all going to be worth it. The struggles of getting a visa and everything. But now I get Chick-fil-A. And life is just good. It just couldn't be better because I'm in America. And I'm so happy. So, cheers.
I think I finally understand the reason that I feel unhappy in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's because I went to America and I realised how different life can actually be. The people I met, the opportunities, that feeling that you can just go and do something different. And now I'm back here, I just can't stop thinking about the USA. I think I might have actually outgrown the UK.
Good morning. So many people on my last video when I said I'm back here in the US for a week, so many people said, tell us what you've missed. This is definitely number one. It's 7:25 in the morning, here with my coffee, out on the balcony. The sun is shining. It's not too hot, but it's definitely not cold. I miss this so much, you guys. For those of you new here, January this year we left the United States after several years of living here and moved back to Scotland. I've been sharing our journey as best we can, but this week we're back. We are back here in the US, in sunny Florida, and it's definitely reminded me of how good our life here was. The big difference this time is, of course, my wife and my children are not here with me this time. But yeah, this is what I miss the most. Listen to that. Just look at that. There you go. Have a good day, folks.
America, all you needed was a chance. One shot to prove to the world that you are not what the news and the media portray you as. That you have this culture, this scenery, the people are amazing. During this World Cup, people have flown to America and they're seeing America through their own eyes, through their own experiences, forming their own opinions, and they're realizing how amazing America really is. It must feel good being American, going through all these years of torment and people bashing you here, there, and everywhere. And now you get to sit back and see that people get to experience your country through their own eyes and tell you how amazing and beautiful it actually is. You was given that chance, and now you are receiving the flowers that you truly deserve. I've traveled America now for many years. I've made thousands of videos saying how much I love America, and now the rest of the world is finally seeing it. America, you deserve it. You deserve all the love and recognition you are now receiving. It's been a long time coming, but you deserve it.
America, you really know how to do summer. When I was younger, growing up in the UK, in the summer, after a few weeks, I would usually get bored. Not because I didn't want to do anything, but because it feels like after a few weeks in the UK, you've finished all of the activities. They've been and gone. Summer in America is completely different. You can be floating down a river, paddleboarding, mountain biking, ATVing up a mountain, taking a hike through one of the beautiful national parks, spending time with loved ones, camping under the stars, looking at the most crazy wildlife. The list for summer activities in America genuinely blows my mind. It's endless. I'm sure some of you can put in some extra activities that I haven't even mentioned. As soon as summer appears in America, so do the Americans, out in full force, enjoying it. I've just seen so many kids down here by this river having the best time ever. The UK needs to take note. We need to start enjoying summer more and taking advantage of it. Although the thing is, in the UK, we don't really get much sun, so you can't really enjoy the summer.
I'm going to sound so silly saying this, but this right here is my American dream. It's raining. I'm sat here on a rocking chair on a porch looking at this view. The mountains in the back, the trees. This is perfect. Listen, all I need now is somebody to enjoy it with.
How cool is this, right? I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, and I've come across something I've never come across before. These guys are casually just playing baseball, and they're like older gentlemen. Look at that. So it's a Wednesday lunchtime, and these guys are just slogging balls. I don't understand. Why is there this big net, though? Usually that's not in baseball, right? Got a big ball, fast ball. Whoa! This might be the most wholesome, best thing I've ever seen. Just a group of guys hanging out. When I get to this age, I hope that I'm doing stuff like this. Is this like common? Is this like a certain league, or I don't know. Has anyone else seen this before? Fastball number 2, and it's a slog straight at the bowler. That's quick hands from him there. Straight to base 1. Oh, you're out there, bud. I didn't think that I would spend my day in America sat on a bench watching these group of guys playing baseball. Okay, I feel like an idiot. It's not baseball, it's softball, apparently. Something called softball. Is there a difference? They are bowling underarm, so I think that's the difference.
I've been talking a lot about the things I miss about studying in America, but one thing very recently has stood out to me as possibly the most significant. A lot of you might know I'm a journalism student, and a big part of what I do is going out and interviewing the public about their opinions on social or political events going on right now. And during my time in America, that was such an easy job because everyone was friendly, they'd be happy to speak, they were happy to share their opinions. Here in the UK, everyone is so reserved, and I forgot how bad it was. Whilst I was out in the States, it was really easy. I could speak to 3 people that I needed for differing opinions. I would get them within 5 minutes and the job would be done. This week I went out to go and get some for the first time in ages in the UK, and it literally took me about an hour and a half to get 3 people to give their opinions. For some reason, here in the UK, when you try and get someone's opinion, you've got a microphone, you've got a camera that's not set up, not filming them, but you're asking them to be on camera, they don't want to talk. We're a very reserved bunch here in the UK. And I don't know, I miss it. It makes my job harder, and I wish we were as friendly and as optimistic as people seem to be in the United States.
Why did I feel so at home in America? Now, this is a question that I have been asking myself ever since I got back home. I've traveled to a fair few countries: Spain, Greece, Thailand, Vietnam, Bali, Turkey, a fair few places. And as they were lovely, yes, I didn't get that feeling of I could live here. But with America, I did. Now, why is that? I think the main reason is because there is no language barrier, you know? In the other countries, well, I couldn't really have a chat, could I? Because I only know English, and I barely know English. But in America, I was having chats with everybody, and everybody was so friendly. Actually being able to have a conversation with people and fully understanding them and getting to know them makes you feel a lot safer in a different country. So that's a huge aspect of it. The other aspect, I think, is because growing up, and still to this day, I've always watched so many films that have come from America. So that made me just feel so at home when I got there. I just feel like I'd seen all the landscape already, but on a movie. Cut a long story really short, I felt very at home in America, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons that I want to get back there as soon as possible. See you soon.
So I spent 3 months in America as a Brit, and here is what I have withdrawal symptoms from, and I miss the most. Oh, I miss it so much. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, no.
Okay, 6 things I do miss about living in America since I moved to Italy 1 year ago. And before you comment, go back to America if you're not happy here. Every country is good and bad, and I'm allowed to miss things from my home country. Technically, I already did this video in Italian, but I'm gonna do it again in English to be accessible. I'm literally so accessible right now. So the first thing that I talked about in my original video were they were little things like air conditioning, because Italy doesn't have centralized air conditioning. A lot of apartments will have little air conditioning units, but it's not centralized. So maybe it'll just be in one room of your entire apartment. And only a few shops and restaurants will have air conditioning. The second thing I talked about in my original video was Mexican food. I miss authentic Mexican food so much. And a lot of my commenters were Italians were yeah, but you can only get authentic Mexican food in Mexico. And I think it's because Italians don't realize that America is full of first-generation Mexicans, people who don't speak English yet, people who just migrated. And these people will open up little stalls, little shops, little restaurants, mom and pop stuff, and that's typically where you eat, and it's so good. Something else I really, really miss, something more profound, is just the openness and friendliness of Americans. And obviously I'm from Colorado. Someone from New York is going to be completely different, a lot more closed off and selective about who they're friendly to. But from where I'm from, it's super, super normal to just have no formalities with strangers. You could literally be at the store and just turn to the person next to you and just start talking to them like you've known them forever, and they'll just talk to you back. It just feels like there's less of a wall between you and the people who exist with you in public. Ooh, a huge one. I miss complimenting people. I miss complimenting girls specifically. In the USA, it is super, super normal to just stop in the middle of the street to be like, oh my God, I love your purse. Where did you get it? You look, literally your entire vibe, you're glowing, queen. You look so beautiful. And then it's very common for that girl to be like, no, I literally was admiring your dress, but I didn't want to say anything because I was shy, but you are so beautiful. Can I get your Instagram handle? And then I know it seems fake, but it is 1000% real. I have met girls in club bathrooms 5 years ago. I still follow them, still see their Instagram stories, and I love to do it. I love to see them thriving. And for so many especially French people, they're Americans are so fake. They give you compliments and they go away. They have no intention of being your friend. And it's it's literally just being kind and passing it forward, and it comes from a very genuine place. And sometimes I can't help myself here. I will see a girl with beautiful makeup and I can't help it, but I I really, really like your makeup. And oftentimes girls here are stunned. They're thank you, Barbie. Ooh, the other thing that I miss is how laid back we are allowed to be. And of course, I only like this to a certain extent because I do not love the vibe of people going to the grocery store in their pajamas. I don't think it's cute. However, saying that, I think in Italy, it goes too far. The rules of what you're allowed to wear, the rules about even just the way you wear your hair. I remember I wore 2 braids to school, instead of just 1. And my teacher was two braids are for little girls. Grown women wear 1 braid. And I was huh? And you can't
leave the house with wet hair, which sucks because like I really prefer to air dry my hair. It's healthier for your hair. Your ends don't get all frayed because heat is dangerous for your hair. And it's so extreme to the point where like even when I'm staying at home, if I'm like at the seaside at Carla's grandma's house and I'm like, I want to just relax and let my hair air dry, I can't. She's like, are you gonna go dry your hair? Even if we have nowhere to go, even if we have nothing to do, she's like, go dry your hair. Like, can I live, please? No one's gonna see me. I don't, like, why? And they're like, you'll get a cold. And it's like, I've been doing this my entire life. And I've never gotten a cold after I don't dry my hair. I just feel like I'm going crazy. I also miss wearing athleisure, how it's like cute, trendy, and comfortable to wear, like, to look like you're gonna go to the gym, but you're just going to the store. I think that's really comfy. I think that's really cute, and I miss it. And if you wear workout clothes here, people will automatically assume that you're coming from or going to the gym. This next one is probably going to vary from family to family, but I have experienced that, like, with Carlo's family, they're very thin, very small, very petite. And I am not small, I'm not petite. If you ever meet me in real life, you're gonna be like, wow, you're taller than I expected. I'm like 5'7". And here in Italy, I am considered chubby. And I really miss the attitude about like body positivity that exists in the USA. And I have never, ever been complimented on my body by an Italian, besides Carlo. Carlo's parents, the only comments they've ever made about my body is if they're like, you should probably go to the gym. And recently we had one of Carlo's American like family friends come here, and he's like 70, and he's got like a new girlfriend who's 70. And she was like, unprompted, she was like, Bailey, you have a beautiful figure. And I literally almost started sobbing because I haven't heard that in ages. Like, on a lighter note, the last thing that I really miss is hot sauce and ranch dressing.
It's official, Americans. We have been taken in by an American family. We're going to experience Thanksgiving in America, in an American family household. It doesn't get more American than that. We're very excited. We got so many messages, like hundreds. And that's another reason why I love America and I love you guys so much. Thank you for all of the offers. We really appreciate it. We found a family that were very close to where we are, and it was very convenient. And yeah, we're so excited to see what this is all about. Thank God we got taken in, because everything is shut everywhere. Even Walmart is shut. I didn't even know Walmart shut, to be honest. I thought it was just always open. But do you know what I find so funny? Waffle House. Waffle House is still open. Anyway, we're going to go inside right now. We literally just got here. Wish them luck, actually. Wish them luck. I can't wait to experience this. We're going to take you along with you. Every meal we eat, all the experiences we have. Let's go.
I never thought I would live to see a day where Americans and Russians are sharing a common pain. Because Meta is not allowed in Russia, and now TikTok is not allowed in America. And you know, all the bad things that I said about Americans, I'm sorry, I take it back. We actually miss you. We actually miss you. Who is going to get offended on behalf of other nations? Who? It's not you. It's too peaceful.
Hold on, the best thing has just happened. Look at this. Look, this lady's just turned up with what's your name? Nadia, look at this.
Want us to sign the merch? How cool! This is the coolest experience ever.
This is the first time this has happened.
Yeah, this is the coolest.
Yeah.
Well, we did a meet and greet, people did it, but not in the street like this. This is genuinely so cool.
That is incredible.
My sister, she's like, I see their car, and I was like, okay, we're getting ready.
What a legend.
That's so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. No, go on. It's okay.
They have eno and ice cream.
Okay.
You have to try it. It's pretty nice.
Okay, bottomless.